That's right. Got a powerful episode for you today. We're going to talk about a fox. We're also going to talk about a hedgehog. We're going to talk about a really incredible book. I'm going to share with you some of my mentors and some of my coaches. We're going to take a trip around the world. We're going to go to London. That's right. We're going to go to London. We're going to go to the Matterhorn. We're going to go to Budapest. We're going to go all around the world. And in the end, if you're anything like me, in the end, we just might end this show crying. Welcome to GM3X. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to 8, and the founder of the 800% Elite Club. I hope you're ready for motivation, education, inspiration, celebrity interviews, and thought-provoking conversations, because it's 5:30 a.m. and it's time to rise and grind. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is, what is it? Today is Thursday. That's right. Today is Thursday, November 17th, 2022. And what's crazy is today's the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Thursday, November 17th, 2022. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most. And I do mean the absolute most of this absolutely incredible day. Hey, I'm coming to you live from Lexington, Kentucky. I got in late last night, flew in from Charlottesville, Virginia, got in late last night, got home about, I don't know, I guess it was right around 1 a.m.
Marvin, and this book is called God.
What happened here? Oh, hold up.
Lived in haiku.
Anyone else?
Yep. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Okay, can you guys hear me over on Clubhouse?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. I popped in the other room. They were talking about Marvin. Like all of a sudden, I heard them talking about Marvin in my earpiece. I'm like, what just happened? I don't know what happened. But hey, check it out. Last night, flew in late from Charlottesville, Virginia, where I got to spend some time with Carter Myers Automotive Group yesterday. And so I flew in late, got in like just after midnight, got home right around 1 a.m. But the crazy part was it was actually a nice, decent day over in Charlottesville, Virginia. So I jumped on the plane, flew through the night, right? Landed in Lexington, Kentucky, and it was snowing. I'm like, what is going on, man? And when you do that, if you're a traveling person, what you find is you're dressed for the environment that you're in when you get on the plane. I was not dressed appropriately for the environment when I landed here in Kentucky, and it was freaking snowing, dude. It was cold, and I am a tropical people. I do not like the cold, right? So as far as I was concerned, it was absurd is the word I would use, right? But I landed, I got home safely, jumped into bed with my wife and my beautiful child, Caroline, got my 2 hours and 10 minutes of sleep, and now I'm here ready to rock and roll with you this morning. Now, when I was on my way home from the airport to the house, when I was on my way home, I called a friend of mine. I called a good friend of mine. He's been a friend of mine for a very long time, and this friend of mine had just gotten back from a 4.5 week trip overseas. 4.5 weeks. Him and his wife, right? They went across the pond, right? And they traveled around and they went to London, right? They went to London, and he was telling me about Buckingham Palace and all the places, which, by the way, if you usually just listen in, today would be a great day for you to click the link at the top of the room and come watch the show, because we got some awesome images and video from all around the world. So he went to Budapest, which was, he said, was amazing. Got to see, all the things there, the architecture there, the buildings that are thousands of years old, and got to experience all of that. And then from there, he went to, he said that he went to the Matterhorn, right? He got to see the Matterhorn, and he was like, dude, these are all the things you see in the magazines, but he got to see them like up close in real life. He said he went to the Swiss Alps and they got to drive around. He got to drive this old vintage car up through the Swiss Alps, which he said was amazing. He said it was a little bit cold, but it was amazing. And they went to the Riviera and they sailed out there at the Riviera, right? Which is absolutely spectacular. I can only imagine what that experience was like for him. He also said that they went to Holland. They went to Holland and he said they got to see the old vintage, windmills with their big cloths, and they still work. They pump water through the area right there. He said that was absolutely spectacular, and much, much more, right? He's a car guy, and he talked about just driving through these crazy roads that would be illegal in the United States because they're not safe, and you're right on the edge of a cliff, and all of these amazing things, right? They were out there for 4.5 weeks. I want you to think about that. 4.5 weeks. Now, he owns a dealership, a car dealership, him and his wife. They went all in on a car dealership 23 years ago. 23 years ago, they literally packed up from where they lived, sold everything that they owned. They sold everything that they owned, packed up where they lived, took their last dime, used it to buy a car dealership back in 1999, right? Their last dime. They had no money. And then fast forward 23 years later, and through consistent, focused, determined hard work and a little bit of luck and an incredible amount of financial discipline along the way, my guy's now living the dream, right? He's living a well-earned, well-deserved dream. And so after I got done talking to him last night, after I got off the phone with him, I was all jacked up, of course, and there was a couple things that really came to mind. The first thing that came to mind was that the auto industry is dope. I'm just letting y'all know. The auto industry is dope. If you put in the work, it will reward you, period. It's filled with amazing people, amazing stories, and amazing opportunities. So the auto industry, if you're not in the auto industry and you're thinking about making a change in your career, there's all types of positions in the industry. It's absolutely incredible. And I know some people, so just let me know, all right? But the auto industry is dope. Let's start there. The second thing that I thought about after getting off the phone with my friend, the second thing that I thought about was at some point in your life, if you truly want to reach high levels of success, at some point you are going to have to choose. You're going to have to choose. You're going to have to pick one thing. I know. It sounds crazy. Out here in the world, there's so many opportunities, so many things that are going on, right? It sounds crazy. I totally get it. But I'm just telling you, I'm seeing the pattern over and over and over again. At some point, you are going to have to choose one thing. Because here's the facts, folks. You cannot be all things to all people and be successful. You must be unique. You must be different. You must give to others what you would want for yourself, your unique identity, and you must do what you were made to do. We're going to talk more about that today. Before we do, though, you know what we got to do on this show. Come on now. You know what we got to do on this show. Let's go. Come on. We got to do some dancing every morning. For those of you that watch this show, you know what we do. We do some dancing here on this show, all right? An object in motion tends to stay in motion. An object at rest tends to stay at rest, all right? So we're going to get moving. If you're laying in bed right now, it's time for you to get up. I ain't playing, all right? Time for you to get up and get moving. If you're out on a run right now, out there in the cold, you are a warrior, you are a champion. But there is also another gear. I'm going to need you to step it up, all right? If you're lifting weights right now, let's add a few pounds. And if you're over there across the pond with my friend Iffy, I just need you dancing in the streets, dancing at the office, dancing in the kitchen. I want people looking at you like you're crazy. Get up, Chris Naylor. I want people looking at you like you're crazy, all right? Let's get that vibe. Let's get that vibe going this morning. All right. Now, this is also the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. Over there on Clubhouse, I need you to share it out. All right. Hit that share button. Also, those of you on Facebook, hit that share button. All right. I believe if we can help people change the way they start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you, yes, you, to hit that share button. Lastly, this is the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching this on live or you're watching this on replay, say what's up and I'll say what's up back. Fair enough? Fair enough. What's up, Pastor Jeff? Great to see you this morning. Thanks for helping us out this week. Don Sankey is in the building. Carrie Lynn Carter, great to see you. What's up, Mike Higdon, my guy up there at Hook? Great to see you, Mike. What's up, Gloria Bond? Rodney Rock Hatfield is in the building. Nicole Settles is up in here. Joel Tomlinson and Janelle Griego. What's up, Bella? How you doing, Dana, my guy, Mr. Dana Fishbing? We got, I already said you, Janelle, popping in here twice. What's up, Mike Strong? How you doing, Melvin Rodriguez? Julio Soto is in the building, ordering planners to take over to send to Mexico and Puerto Rico and all that good stuff. Jamesia Braxton, Leisha Watts, Tammy Hicks, Sol Salcido, Shelly Jean is in the building. West Storm is up in here. Que paso? What's up, man? Coco is in the building. Tori is in the building as well. Miss Liza Myers-Borges, it was great spending the last couple days with you. I also see Scott Simons in the building from CMA. What's up, Tara Murney? Mrs. Kate Bowman, the amazing Kate Bowman. Andy and Lena and Debbie and Patty and Peter and Annette are in the building. Nabia's up in here. Daphne's up in here. Trisha and William. I see Kim and Regina and Kimberly and Mac and Fiona. I see Nate and Renee and Mindy and Natasha and Karen. I also see Bella Russell's up in here. Tim's dancing Snoop Dogg style. That's what's up, Tim. Janice is in the building. I can go deeper. I see Julie. I see IMO. I see Katrina and Ricardo. I see Dottie and Anna Lee. Thank you all so much for being here with me this morning. I greatly appreciate it. I was thinking about it this morning. I was like, I must really love y'all. For real. Running on 2 hours of sleep, 2 hours, 10 minutes of sleep. Going outside, it's snow and cold. Driving over here to the studio so I can hang out with you first thing in the morning. This is love right here. How many people would you do that for? How many people in your life where you're like, I'm just going to sleep 2 hours, go out in the cold at 4 a.m., drive 20 minutes so that we can hang out, right? First thing in the morning, right? That's love. But no, speaking of some love, I'm super excited. Because you are a part of our community, the new Morning 5 planners, they actually launch on Black Friday, right? Black Friday, they'll come out and they'll be, I think there's a 10% or 20% discount on them on Black Friday. So if you want to save some money, don't buy one until then. However, we have the link set up now where if you want to go ahead and order your Morning 5 planners that are ordered before Black Friday, except for the big groups of them. But the individual planners that are ordered before Black Friday, I'll sign them. I'll write you a little message in the front, like we can connect that way because you're a part of my community, part of my tribe. So if you're interested in that, you can get a signed copy at morning5planner.com. You can use the number 5. You can spell out the word 5. Whatever you want to do, you could put the morning5planner.com if you want. You can do the morning5 spelled out planner.com. I own all the URLs, but if you want to grab a copy before Black Friday, I can send you that message and we can connect for next year. I'm super excited about the planners. It's going to be a big year. And check this out. My team is excited about it as well. Welcome to GM3X. I am your host, Glenn Lundy, and it's time to rise and grind.
Good job. Right triples. Good job.
All right, so check it out. There is a incredible book. It's called From Good to Great. And in this book, it introduces the idea of something called the hedgehog effect. I'm sorry, that's the wrong word. The hedgehog concept, not effect. I'm constantly auditing myself as I speak, just, you know. The hedgehog concept. And here's how the hedgehog concept works. All right, there's a story of a hedgehog. And for those of you that are on Clubhouse, feel free to click the link at the top. You can see what a hedgehog looks like in case you haven't seen one in a while on the full production over on Facebook. So there's a story of a hedgehog, and this hedgehog does the same thing every day. Goes to work every day, comes home every day, takes the same path every day, right? He goes out, forages, does whatever the heck he does, that he comes back every single day. Now, there's also a fox, and the fox wants to eat the hedgehog. That's what the fox wants to do. He wants to eat the hedgehog. And the fox knows the exact path that the hedgehog's going to be on every single day. So here's what the fox does. The fox, every day, it wakes up and it says, okay, I got a new strategy. I got a new plan. I'm going to try this. Maybe if I come from this angle, then I'm going to come this way. And then when the hedgehog comes down the path that I know he's going to come, I'm going to pounce on top of the hedgehog and I'm going to eat the hedgehog, right? So the fox does this every single day. It comes up with a new strategy, a new plan, a new widget, a new gadget, a new tool, a new strategy. And every single day, the hedgehog comes walking down the path. And as the fox jumps to pounce on the hedgehog does what a hedgehog does, which is the hedgehog rolls itself into a little ball. It's got all the spikes sticking out. The fox pokes himself on the spikes, says, oh my goodness, goes running off, and the hedgehog goes about his day. Every day. Every day, the fox comes up with a new strategy on how he's going to be successful, and every day, the hedgehog does the exact same thing. He rolls up in a ball, sticks out his spikes, and he's successful. The fox, with a new strategy every day, never finds success. So this book takes this metaphor of the fox and the hedgehog, the fox that's all willy-nilly and all over the place versus the hedgehog that knows what it does best and consistently does it every single day. And they expand it into these 3 circles. And the way the book describes it is, if you can identify your hedgehog concept, that one thing that uniquely makes you you, that you're so incredibly good at, if you can identify that, you'll find success. And so the questions that you ask to identify that are, what are you deeply passionate about? What can you be the best in the world at? Which is a big question, by the way. Not just really good at, not better than most at, best in the world at. And what drives your economic engine, right? What makes financial sense? Now, the place where the answer to these 3 questions, the place where they overlay, that is your hedgehog concept. What are you deeply passionate about? Answer question 1. What could you be best in the world at? Answer question 2. What drives your economic engine? Answer question 3. Draw the 3 circles, and where those 3 circles connect, that is your hedgehog concept. Now, the reason you have to have all 3 is important. See, you could be the best in the world at something, and it could make financial sense. You could make a lot of money being the best at the world at something. But if you're not passionate about it, you will burn out. Or in another example, you could be the best in the world at painting pictures of popsicle sticks. And maybe you're very passionate about painting pictures of popsicle sticks. But if no one will buy your pictures of popsicle sticks, it's not your hedgehog concept. You got to find where all 3 come together, right? Now this right here, the understanding of this, when you can answer these 3 and get that and find where that hedgehog concept is, like this is everything. Like my friend that I talked about earlier that just spent 4.5 weeks traveling around, he did this. There are so many people that we all look up to, admire, and respect, that's what they did. They did this, right? Like Kobe Bryant, what could you be best in the world at? What are you passionate about that makes financial sense? Oprah Winfrey, what are you best in the world at that you are passionate about that makes financial sense? Taylor Swift, what are you best in the world at that you're passionate about that makes financial sense? The list goes on and on and on. And then I have like mentors and coaches and family members, people in my life that I respect and admire, like my grandfather, who figured out exactly what he was best in the world at, that he was passionate about, that made economic sense for him to support his family. You see this with people in this community. Most of you know, like a Brian Benstock, right? A Brian Benstock or Eliza Myers-Borges, right? They figured out what they're best in the world at, what they're truly passionate about that makes financial sense. My friend Danelle Delgado, who I just got to spend the last couple of days with. She went from multi-level marketing and different sales and different things, and ultimately she figured out what she's best in the world at, that she's really passionate about, and how she can make money at it, right? If the list goes on and on. There's a list, any celebrity that you can think of that's like, The Rock or any of those guys, right? Any musicians that you can think of, they've all done this. They figured out this hedgehog concept and they leaned in. Companies, the most successful companies in the world, have done the same. As a matter of fact, this guy named Jesus did the same thing. Jesus was like, this is what I'm best in the world at. This is what I'm passionate about. This makes sense. I can survive. This makes economic sense, right? So he traveled around the world delivering his message. And listen, even not just Jesus, but his disciples went out. Same thing, right? The disciples went out. And it even says in the Bible, if you're a Bible reader, which you should be, by the way, I don't care whether you're religious or not, best-selling book of all time. If you're a Bible reader, it says in the Bible So whoever knows the right thing to do and fails to do it, for him, it is sin. Now, some people take a look at this and they say, oh, well, that's about how you treat other people. I disagree. That's how you treat yourself. Knowing what you should be doing and not doing it is a sin. But you see, here's the thing. The problem with the world today, the world is so busy. The problem with the world today is that most of us don't take the time to actually stop and to figure out what that thing is. Like, take the time to figure out what is that one thing that is the right thing for us to do. Like, we're just so busy between work and kids and spouse and challenges and life. And it's just an always on world, always busy world, always distracted world from all the things, right? It's all keeping us from that yearning that is inside. You know, last night as I was on the plane, I sat still. I've been doing a lot more of that lately. But last night as I went and got on the plane, I sat still and I didn't work on anything. I didn't work on anything. I was just like sitting there and I was listening to music. I was listening to music attached to my phone. My phone was on YouTube. A lot of times I'll just listen to music on there. And so I was just listening to music. And then all of a sudden, this video popped into my headphones. And I heard this woman talking, and she was talking about how she had sang the song. She was actually the voice of the woman in the movie, The Greatest Showman. The woman that steps out on stage, they called her, I think, the Nightingale or something like that. She steps out on stage and she sings, and the audience is just awestruck that she was actually the voice of that woman, and that nobody really knew that because she didn't think she was good enough, and so she kept it a secret, and she was just behind the scenes. And so I heard her talking in the video, and then all of a sudden, I heard this.
I'm trying to hold my breath, let it stay this way. Can't let this moment end. We set off a dream in me, getting louder now. Can you hear it echoing? Take my hand, will you share this with me? 'Cause darling, without you, all the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky will never be enough, never be enough. Towers of gold are still too little. These hands can hold but it'll never be enough, never be enough.
She's got a standing ovation already.
Spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky will still too late. These hands could hold the world, but it'll never be enough. Never be enough.
And the same thing that happened right now is what happened to me last night. I wept, man. I sat there on the plane and I just freaking wept. People around me probably thought I was freaking nuts, right? I just wept, man, because this woman has been behind the scenes thinking she's not good enough her whole life. And finally, right? Finally, she stepped out of the shadows and she raised her voice. And when that happens, right? When you can capture that moment, when someone chooses, they decide to really step into who they are. Golly, man. It gets me every single time. And you see, I believe that time for you is right now. Like, it is time for you to do the same. It is time for you to step out of the shadows and to raise your voice. Like, we need you. We need you. We need you. This community needs you. And the people that love you, they need you. And there's no guarantee that you're going to be able to do it next week or maybe, or next month or next year. None of that, man. We got today, this day, right here, right now. And so please, I'm asking you, take the time. Figure out what that one thing is for you. Step into it. Step into it so you can go out and make an impact in our lives as well as yours.
So far away, I saw you not so long ago. Was it just yesterday? Got that old feeling that I know. In the dark of the night, I'll be alright. The sun will arise. Of messages overtaking what I know. A war is a whisper I was searching for someone to fight for me. I'll remember it's your light that shines on me. I won't be afraid, I will look to the light. I will not be shaken, I know it will be alright. 'Cause you're with me, I know that the sun will rise.